How did he find out about you? I mean, how did you get the gig?
Oh, that's a long story. I'll try to give you the short version.
Okay.
I graduated high school in 1983, and my best friend at the time was moving back to Colorado. And he said, "Oh, you should come and visit me for the summer, and you'll love it. Every 4th of July, they have a big party, blah, blah, blah." So I ended up going out there with him for the summer in Colorado. And I said, "I love this. I want to stay here." So I moved to Colorado and started a cover band I had to make money to live. But in the beginning, it was okay. But the money just started going downhill. The gigs were getting less and less. And it got to the point where we were stealing food from 7-Eleven just to eat that night. Okay, you watch the guy, and I'm putting my hoodie, like pies and hot dogs. And I'm not proud about it, but you have to do what you have to do. So I was only,
tell this story.
Yeah, I was 18.
18.
So it's actually, I was 18 when I lived there. And it got so bad that I knew I have to go back to California. I can't keep living like this, and maybe I can start a new band out there, because it was already in my head. I have to do this for a living. Music is my life. I'm not going to do anything else. So
cool.
I told my mom, "I'm coming back. Okay, I'll see you next week." We were doing a little going away party with the new friends I met there, and the guys all went upstairs to go get something from the kitchen, and I stayed in the basement with the TV room watching MTV. And I remember the VJ, Mark Goodman. He looks in the camera. He says, "YNGWIE MALMSTEEN has left the band Alcatraz, and he's looking for a singer, and it could be you."
Oh.
And so when he pointed at the camera, he was pointing at me. I saw the guys came down. I said, "Hey, man, remember that tape I played you? This YNGWIE guy, he left the band. He's looking for a singer." "Oh, you got to send your tape." "No, my demo tape. I was 16 when I sang on it. He's gonna listen. I don't want this little kid." So, "No, you got to do it. You got to do it." I go, "I don't even have the money to send this." I didn't even catch the address. So we waited. We watched MTV all night waiting for them to run the ad again in the MTV News, and it never came back. So I had to use my memory of some of the numbers I remembered for YNGWIE MALMSTEEN audition. Thank God I remembered everything, because we went the next day to the post office. We sent a cassette.
The same that you had already.
Yeah. And I had to borrow. I didn't even have the $2 it cost to send it to LA. So I had to borrow $2 from my friend to pay for the postage. That's how bad it was with the money. So moved back to LA the week after, and a week later I get a call from YNGWIE's manager saying he wants to meet you. I'm like, thank God I'm home.
What kind of music you had that on the tape?
It was a hard rock band. It's a band called Canaan, but spelled with a K, not the biblical spelling, Kanan.
Okay.
And when I was in this band, I joined them when I was 15. And the band kind of split up when I was 17. So I was with them for about 3 years. So that was the only demo I ever had in my life. And I sent that to YNGWIE, and he listened to it. It was enough for him to say, "Come down."
Cool.
So it was good. I was already back in Los Angeles because he was recording in LA. He lived in LA. So I just had to borrow my mother's car, and I went to go meet him. And I still have the cassette. Someday I'm gonna let the world hear it. I remember I have the cassette of my audition. I went to the studio. YNGWIE's he's finishing a solo. You can hear the music's really loud. He likes it loud when he's recording solos. So they should just sit here on the couch, big complex. Just like this. He's sitting in front of the control, doing his solo, blah, blah, blah. They do it for like 20 minutes. I'm like, "Man, this is fucking cool." It's like, if nothing happens with this, I get to see this. This is a memory I'll keep forever. So finally he says, "Okay, let's take a break." And YNGWIE, "Come on, Jeff, let's go in here." We went into one of the smaller ISO booths. Guitars lined up everywhere. I can still picture it. Acoustics, guitars laying on top of it. It was a mess. It looked like a junkyard of guitars. And he picks up just an acoustic and he starts, "Okay, so what can we do?" Okay, he starts playing, whatever. He starts playing As Above, So Below on acoustic. He goes, "This is like a verse. Let's see what you come up with." So he's playing it, and so I started coming up with some kind of just something. And
words or just?
Well, he was giving me some melody ideas. And I was adding to his. "Ooh, I like that." So we were bouncing the melodies, And then he said, get some paper and pen, just write down just lyrics just to have something to sing. So I'm writing on the spot. We get to the chorus. "God will never die, 'cause I will." He already had the lyrics to this.
Okay.
And then, and so I'm just singing with him in acoustics, like you and I, just sitting here. And then he finally says, cool, man, let's go put it on tape. What? I didn't realize at that point that was one of the songs they were working on. So they put the reel on, and I'm in the control booth like this. Oh my God, with my fake lyrics and trying to remember the melodies, and the managers on the other side with Yngwie and the engineers. They pressed tape, they pressed play, and there I went. It was like the movie Rockstar, just press record and go.
Wow.
One take.
One take?
And they gave me a copy of the cassette of that performance. It's so bad. It's so bad.
You had to re-record later.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Because it was mock melodies, mock lyrics, and we fixed all that later.
Okay,
but it was my first introduction, and we knocked it down. I remember looking after I finished that last at the very end of the song, I could see the manager jumping like a monkey, like, what's going on here? Because he was so excited. He goes, that's our guy.
Oh,
but
cool.
Yngwie was cool as a cucumber. Okay, yeah, it sounds good. And so I went back in the room. He says, you know what? I have some home recording studio stuff. Maybe in the next few days you can come over and we can work on some other stuff at my house. Great. So for the next 3 weeks, we started working on I'll See the Light Tonight, Caught in the Middle, I'm a Viking, Soldier Without Faith, all the songs that ended up on Marching Out, we were working out at his house. But he wouldn't tell me anything. Am I doing well? Am I doing shit? Do I have the gig? Are you looking at 15 other guys? What's going on? No information. And it was 3 weeks later, I remember getting a call at my mother's house. Hi, Jeff, I need some information to set up a passport or something like that. Okay, give my information. Okay, I put my secretary on. Oh, hi, Jeff. Welcome to the band. The secretary of the manager told me I was in the band, not Yngwie.
Oh, okay.